Well, good morning, my friends. We are on our way to Devita. It's Monday. It's early. I'm going to be late because this traffic is insane. But they're kind of used to that, so I'm not going to stress about it. She'll probably call me because that's how Deborah is, which is great, you know. So the weather's starting to heat up in Tucson, although this morning it's a little bit chilly, but not much. I mean, I have just like a jean jacket on. But I think today and tomorrow is supposed to reach like 80. And I hate it. I can't, I'm not ready for that. Ugh, disgusting. Especially because Charlie likes to walk around so much, and it's just hard to, I don't know. That's gonna be crazy. Today is a collection day, though, at Devita, so that means I had to save my bags and take them in. I am impressed that I'm still peeing quite a bit, so that's a good thing, because I don't want to stop peeing, which I guess eventually on dialysis you do stop peeing. I'm pretty sure on hemodialysis that happens faster than on PD dialysis, but I could be wrong. But I'm still peeing, so that's just a part of dialysis, is watching that amount. So on collection day, what they do is they inject my bag that I'm bringing in, and they pull out a sample to make sure that the dialysis itself is working, and that's how they're able to tell, you know, how things are going, basically. So I've always been really in good margins, so I'm not concerned at all. I think that today as well, I'm supposed to have a transfer change, which means that I have a port inside my body, and sticking out is a rubberish straw-like thing. It's basically like the size of a straw, but it's soft and bendy. It's not, you know, hard, of course. So that sticks out, and then it comes out probably about 4 or 5 inches at least, and then from there is my connector, and that is an additional couple of inches, where maybe 5 inches, and that's what I connect to every day when I do my dialysis exchange. So I think it's every 6 months or something they change it out. Of course, my port stays inside, but it'll be the connecting part that she unclips and puts a brand new one on. So that'll be cool. I'm always happy to get them. I wear a lot of dark colors. I wear a lot of black. And so eventually over time, the dye from my clothes will start to go onto my connector, and it's not that it's dirty, it's just that it gets stained from my dark clothing dye clothes, I guess. So you know, I have to, it's nice, just nice to get a new one because it feels good. Plus sometimes they have recalls on yours, and apparently every connector that you get and every port you get has a number, and so they log it in to make sure that if there's a recall, God forbid, that you're able to be notified, I'm assuming. And I say that because a couple of weeks ago I got a phone call from Baxter, and they were saying, you know, if you have this number, blah, 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 then you need to contact us, and we need to figure out how to get it transferred off of you, and basically put on a new connector, because I guess the tip end was breaking on some people. I don't know how that happens, because to me it's pretty hardy. But I told the lady, I was like, I have no idea what number I have. Like, I've never even seen a number on my thing. Like, I don't believe I've ever been given that information. Like, I don't know. I would imagine that they would contact, this is how I think it should work. They should contact the centers, and the centers would have to figure out who has them. and go from there, because technically we don't know, unless maybe you're that patient that's like hyper aware of everything that you have, I guess, which may be my fault. Maybe I should be that person, but I don't. Like, I get lots of lab results and I don't really care. I don't really want to look at it. Sometimes it's a little interesting, like, dang, how did my potassium go down so low, or something like that. But technically I'm not going to dive deep into my lab results, because I get them like at least once a month, if not more than that. So I feel like they're flexing and changing and evolving, and it's never going to be the same number. But I do know when they do come negatively that they will let me know, like, hey, your potassium's too low, your protein's too low, or like whatever the case may be, your cholesterol, which is a whole other subject with cholesterol. But I like to be notified verbally if something's up. But other than that, I'm not really one to sit and look at my lab results and analyze it all. With that too, it's funny because my mom does that. Like, she knows all her lab work, she's got all her copies, she's got all of it. And I just wonder if that's maybe a generational thing, because I feel like back in the day, because you got paperwork instead of information online, that's just what you did. You just had it all just in case. But that's not how I flow. So I don't know. Anyways, it'll be cool, like, and I told the lady, I was like, hey, I don't know what number I have, and but I have no issues. I don't have anything going on with my connecting thing, my transfer set. So it's all good. So yeah, like, I feel like there probably should be a better way of contacting people, because unless yours just breaks, then I feel like you would just not have any idea that what number we have. Another thing is that I'm pretty sure Devita would be writing down those numbers every time we get a transfer set, because again, it's not like an every appointment thing. But even if it was, I think they would need to be responsible that way. So I'm pretty sure Deborah said that they're starting to write them all down, because just in case, that covers them. Everybody knows. So that's my excitement for today. So my appointment will be a little bit longer. I'll have some blood work, I'm sure. Find out what's going on. Now there was a concern that my triglycerides were really high. I don't know why in the winter time. This is something that I feel like happens in the winter, because our bodies are hibernating and our bodies aren't out in the sun as much. We're again, hibernating mode is kind of what I'm thinking happens with us in the winter, because we're all inside, we're all eating soups, we're all eating, those, hopefully we're eating things that are seasonally fall food, like maybe acorn squash or something, like, I don't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables at all, but I might eat a bowl of acorn squash, just because that's like a winter food specifically, and I don't eat it in the summer in the event that it's available in the summer, because I just don't think our bodies need to be eating year-round the food that's not year-round. But that's another subject. So basically, I feel like our cholesterols are always high because of that. Another thing that I have really been educating myself on cholesterol is the fact that our bodies make cholesterol. So here's the other thing. Our bodies make cholesterol, and we should be outdoors enjoying the sun. I hate the sun. Nonetheless, we should be outdoors enjoying it. And the sun itself helps break down the cholesterol that we make. It's like this whole cycle thing. Also, the bad cholesterol that we get is from processed foods. And so I'm not concerned at all about my cholesterol because I know that I don't eat, rarely do I eat processed foods. So because of that, I'm not concerned with the bad cholesterol. And there's also, I have this idea, an opinion. I want to find out when they decided cholesterol was, what number cholesterol is supposed to be at. Because I actually think that cholesterol was the starting point of the foundation of where should our cholesterol be, was when we were in a very bad eating state. And so the cholesterol is not being based off true numbers. That's basically my thought. Because we create our own cholesterol. But how many times you go to the doctors and they're like, your cholesterol's high. And they freak you out and they make you think like you're doing either something really wrong or you're next to death, because high cholesterol means a stroke or your heart or, all this stuff, right? But you don't get educated that we make cholesterol. So that combined with the really bad foods we're eating, it's chaos. And it's frustrating to me because my mom will say that too, like the cholesterol medicine, in which our very dear friend took his cholesterol medicine, and the side effects of that is that he is actually wheelchair bound now and will never walk again. And that may seem and sound dramatic, but it's not, because his body reacted terribly to the cholesterol medicine. Now, had I known this, I would have probably went over and said, let's look at what's in your cupboard. Let's look at what you're eating. Let's look at your habits and see if you could combat the cholesterol, especially the bad cholesterol, that way. But they never once told him, we make cholesterol, go out in the sun, get more active, things like that. They're just like, here's some pills. Okay, we'll see you next month. Try to bring it down. It's like, such generic care, I tell you. It makes me mad. So, nonetheless, that's my little thing on cholesterol. I'll keep looking it up and researching and seeing what I can find, which is my point. Everybody should question everything. And just because a man in a lab coat tells you this is the way, don't always believe it. Think about it logically and try to come up with your own answers, because yes, there's truth in a lot of medical things. Like if it wasn't for somebody discovering I could use my peritoneum for dialysis, and I would be on hemodialysis if somebody didn't, science didn't come up with how to do dialysis in general, then I would be dead. So I'm not saying that I'm not grateful for science or doctors, but I think that there's a thing going on right now where they are overwhelmed and they are being hit hard with so many cases of unwell people, and the unwell people are not getting informed about how to get well, or even if they are informed, they're not doing it, which is probably maddening to doctors. And then science and everything changes and evolves. Nothing really stays the same so much, because we're learning more and more and more, and there's more resources now more quickly to be able to help us. So I just want to encourage everybody to really look at what you're being told and look at your diet. If you can look at your diet first, see what you can alter and change, and then go from there. What makes your body feel good? What makes your body have energy? What makes your body, we have to be responsible for our bodies. So that's my thing today. All right, I'm a little froggy. I think Charlie's giving me a little bit of his cold, but I feel fine. I just sound funny. All right, I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Drink your water. Don't forget, you're not in this alone. We're all together. All right, bye-bye.